You wake up, you do what you've done every single morning of your life. You roll over and you reach for your phone to check your notifications. Except your hand hits a cold wooden nightstand. There's no phone, there's no glowing screen, there is no internet, no TikTok, no texts, nothing. Just a blocky, ugly plastic alarm clock screaming at you that it's 6:30 in the morning. Welcome to 1982, you are a Gen Z kid dropped right into the middle of the boomer golden age, and your first thought is probably, okay, this is fine, I'll just adapt. Wrong. You wouldn't survive the morning. You want breakfast? There are no delivery apps to bring you food or coffee. You want to listen to a podcast while you eat? Doesn't exist. You stare at a physical newspaper made of dead trees. The silence in the room isn't just quiet, it's physically painful. You are completely, utterly disconnected from the hive mind. But it gets worse, because today is Monday, and you have to go to work. You walk into the office, and the first thing that hits you, literally punches you in the face, is the smell. Everyone is smoking, at their desks, in the elevator, probably in the bathroom. Your boss is blowing Marlboro smoke directly into your face while handing you a stack of actual physical papers. There are no emails, there is no Slack. If you want to send a message to a coworker 3 desks down, you have to write it on a piece of paper, stand up, walk over, and hand it to them. And let's talk about the culture. You know that whole quiet quitting thing? Yeah, that doesn't fly here. You want to complain about your mental health? People will look at you like you just spoke an alien language. You try to go to HR because your manager is literally screaming at people. Guess what? HR is just one guy named Gary who tells you to toughen up. You want to work from home? What home? You mean taking your typewriter to your living room? You are chained to this desk from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you leave at 4:58, you are fired. Being Gen Z, your brain naturally looks for an escape. You look for the side hustle, but there's no drop shipping, no crypto, no selling Canva templates. If you wanted to be a content creator in 1982, you were standing on a street corner handing out photocopied fanzines that left ink all over your hands. If you wanted a digital hustle, you were sitting in your room with 2 VCRs, illegally copying movies and selling them out of the trunk of your car. It feels like a prison, a disconnected analog prison. You spend a month hating every single second of it. You're exhausted, you're nicotine stained, you're ready to break down, and then the end of the month arrives. The boss drops an envelope on your desk, your first paycheck. You open it, you do the math, and suddenly your brain completely short circuits because you realize something sick, something that makes you want to punch a wall. You are working an entry-level, mind-numbingly boring job. Maybe you're a mailroom clerk, maybe you just sort files, but this one single average paycheck pays for everything. In 2026, you need a full-time job, a side hustle, 3 roommates, and a miracle just to afford a 1-bedroom apartment that smells like mold. But right now, in 1982, with this one paycheck, you can rent a nice apartment by yourself. You can buy a brand new car. You can buy a week's worth of groceries and still have money left over to go out on the weekend. You look at the price of a house and it's practically a joke. The median home price in 1982 was around $69,000. An average guy working at a hardware store could buy a 3-bedroom house with a yard. You don't need a side hustle. You don't need to grind 18 hours a day. You don't need to leverage AI or build a personal brand. This is the exact moment it clicks. This is why boomers are always telling you to just work hard and stop buying coffee. It's not because they are evil, it's because for them the math actually worked. They played the economic game on easy mode, the system wasn't broken yet, the wealth hadn't been hoarded at the top, corporations actually paid wages that matched the cost of living. You realize you are sitting in a financial paradise disguised as an analog nightmare. For a while you love it. You buy the car, you buy the house, you experience what it feels like to log off from work at 5 p.m. and actually be off. No boss texting you at 9 p.m. When you leave the building, work stops existing. You actually have free time. You go out, you meet people face to face because you have no other choice. But as the months go by, the illusion starts to crack. Because having money in the bank doesn't fix the world around you. You start noticing the things you took for granted in the 2020s. If you are anything other than a straight white male in this 1982 office, your life is significantly harder. The casual sexism isn't just common, it's expected. The discrimination isn't hidden, it's practically company policy. There's no global community to find your tribe. If you don't fit in with the people in your immediate zip code, you are entirely alone. You wake up back in your bed, it's tomorrow. Your smartphone is back on your nightstand. You look at it and you ask yourself the ultimate question: was 1982 actually better? No. Was it worse? Also no. The brutal truth that nobody wants to admit is this: 1982 was economically easier, but personally harder. Today is personally freer, but economically rigged. We traded financial security for the entire world in our pockets. We got the ability to be whoever we want, to work from anywhere, to connect with anyone, but the price we paid was our future. The corporations took the houses, they took the wages, and they handed us an algorithm instead. You can't have both. So which prison would you rather live in?